Felipe Castañeda is a world-renowned sculptor. His sculptures capture the essence and sensuality of the Mexican woman in a very particular way. His works have been exhibited at the Biennale di Venezia in Venice, Italy, and are on permanent display in museums in Mexico, the United States, and Israel. Mr. Castañeda is a member of the Senate of the International Academy of Modern Art in Rome, Italy. Mr. Castañeda was born on December 16, 1933 in the state of Michoacán, La Palma, Michoacán. In 1958, he started taking classes in drawing, modeling, carving, and constructive drawing. He absorbed knowledge very quickly and became highly adept at carving and sculpting. In 1962, he began working for the National Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City. It was at this time that Castañeda became an assistant to Francisco Zúñiga, another world-renowned sculptor. Mr. Castañeda creates sculptures in marble, onyx, and bronze. His concentration is the female form. If you notice closely, you'll see that these are in part indigenous women, or as others have said, these are mestiza women, Mexican women, which are the subject of his sculptures. The subject of women is the center of his creativity: wife, mother, lover, friend. He depicts her kneeling, standing, sitting, reclining, and stretching, capturing all her moods. Each of the women Castañeda creates is mysterious and provocative. They have perfect proportions owing to his profound knowledge of human anatomy. His sculptures are executed in the Greco-Roman style, but are simultaneously very Mexican. His marble and onyx figures, when completed, gleam like polished jewels. These words are taken from a website. I'm forgetting the link. Some of these are my own words, but I have to give credit where credit is due, of course. There was a question asked of him on that website. When asked if he were satisfied with his accomplishment, Mr. Castañeda replied, "What more can I ask for? Perhaps just time to someday accomplish what every artist aspires for, to create the best, the greatest work of my life before I die." And I also wanted to bring up this moment to ask another question, similar to what I asked Arturo Márquez, and we had a discussion about this, but in Mr. Castañeda's own words. ¿Usted qué opina acerca del nacionalismo y lo universal? Habíamos hablado de esto hace 2 días y quería compartir su respuesta con el público.
Bueno, habíamos hablado del nacionalismo. Yo pienso que, pero decías sobre el arte abstracto. Sí. Entonces, para ser nacionalista, primero pues hay que partir del origen mismo, de ser mexicano, ¿sí? Porque yo no puedo hacer una obra, por decir, de los japoneses, para hacer, y primero hacer su origen mismo, ¿sí? Eso es lo que yo opinaba.
Sí. Mr. Castañeda says that in order to be universal, you should know your own roots first when it comes to producing artwork. Roughly, that's what we talked about 2 days ago, and I wanted to share that with you. Maestro, ¿qué otros pintores, aparte de usted, porque creo que usted ha logrado mezclar lo universal y lo mexicano, ¿qué otros artistas lo han logrado? Ser abstracto o modernista y mexicano a la vez.
Bueno, Francisco Zúñiga lo logró. Él parte de la escuela mexicana, pero sale de los cánones establecidos, y él es el primero en lo figurativo.
He mentions Francisco Zúñiga as being one, and he also mentioned Tamayo, I believe. You mentioned Tamayo also.
A Tamayo se le decía que pues no era mexicano por su estilo abstracto, pero algún maestro dijo, pues es el más mexicano, más que Rivera y todos, porque él logró los mejores colores en su estilo.
they would say that Tamayo was criticized for not being Mexican enough, but he was, because of his abstractionism and modernism, but it was opined about him that he was actually the more Mexican of them because of his use of color and the like. I relate that to the case of someone like Silvestre Huertas, who Maestro and I liked very much. He was a Mexican composer who was a modernist. I have a picture of him there, and we'll play some of his music further on also. But he was also a modernist and a nationalist. He managed to fuse both very effectively. And I want to conclude this portion of the presentation, and I want to thank Mr. Castañeda for being here. Of course, it's a great honor for us to have you here and to see your artwork.